Hello, welcome back to my channel. My name is Shelly and today this video is going to be on fitness and pregnancy. So if you are interested, keep watching. If not, then I'm sorry, but this one was requested and it was definitely important to me. So here we go. So I picked out just a couple of questions that I get a lot that I think are probably a lot of, I guess, the most popular questions regarding pregnancy and fitness. So the first one is it safe to work out during pregnancy? Can you lift during pregnancy? So obviously I would ask your doctor prior to engaging in any type of physical exercise, but usually the case is if you are pretty healthy, you've worked out prior to getting pregnant, then most likely you will be able to continue your fitness workout or regime or whatever through your pregnancy. This is not for everyone, but that's usually the case. I would say that pregnancy is not a time to get fit because it's not going to happen. So if you have all these giant goals, 1 rep maxes, all that stuff in your head while you're pregnant, it's not going to happen. And I'm not saying that to be rude or to discourage you, but you're not going to be able to get fit while pregnant, if that makes sense. Did I lift during pregnancy? I did. I lifted my entire pregnancy, had no issues. I was squatting at 41 weeks pregnant. I didn't have issues. Obviously, the weight was less. My reps were less, but that was really it. My weights were slowly decreasing as I was getting more and more pregnant. Can you talk about diastasis recti? So that is when your abdomen, your muscles in your abdomen basically split apart. It happens a lot during pregnancy, just because your uterus is growing, the baby's growing. Does it correct itself? Sometimes it can. It usually takes between 3 months up to longer, really, to correct itself. Sometimes it doesn't correct itself. I'm not an expert at it. I've only had like a tiny little bit. I know there are other cases where it's very big, and sometimes in extreme cases surgery is required. But a lot of it's usually more common in pregnancies if you are over 35, if you've had multiple pregnancies, if you have a large baby. Like, those are more of the common reasons why you get it. Not saying those are the only, but those are pretty common to get it. So there are kind of exercises that they recommend that you can work on it. A lot of it, you don't want to do it, you don't want to start, once you have a baby, you don't want to start working on your abdomen like right away. Like, that's not the right thing to do. Like, you can make it worse. So give it time to heal itself, to see how far it will heal itself. And then after that, you have to slowly start building that strength and those muscles back. It's not going to be an overnight thing. It might take a couple of years to get there, but it's not something that's going to be fixed overnight. If it's really bad, you can always go talk to your doctor and see what they have to say, but they will give you exercises, and I think that's a little bit of a longer topic, and exercises that they recommend for it, that I can make another video if you like. So give it a thumbs up if you want me to kind of make a more detailed video regarding it and some of the exercises that they recommend that you do to help that, and then we can go for there. But I hope that kind of helps. Like I said, I've experienced it only a little bit. I don't have like an extreme case. I've had 2 kids and they weren't back to back. There was, I don't know, like a 4-year difference between it. So that's just my take on it. Can you talk about breastfeeding? So the most important thing about, I guess, fitness and pregnancy and breastfeeding is water. You have to drink lots and lots of water just to maintain breastfeeding. But if you're also working out on top of that, like, that's more water that you're gonna have to drink. And I think that was my biggest issue, would be how much water. You just gotta keep drinking and drinking, even if you feel like you're not thirsty. Keep drinking and drinking. But yeah, you gotta drink lots of water for breastfeeding. I always recommend prior to working out that you either pump or you breastfeed, just because it helps. It gives you a longer time to work out because your breasts obviously have to fill back up, and it also makes it, they're not as heavy. if you're working out, especially if you're doing like running or any cardio or something like that, and getting the right, I guess, sports bra. I always went with a Victoria's Secret at the end. Sometimes you might have to wear 2 sports bras, just depending on how big you are, but that's the life of a breastfeeding mom working out. No shame in that. How much weight should you gain during pregnancy? So this is kind of a big topic, and it's kind of a hard one to touch on because everybody is different. I would talk with your doctor first. If your doctor says like, hey, like you're gaining too much weight, obviously listen to your doctor. But there are a lot of things out there, people, magazines, books and stuff that will tell you like 20 to 30 pounds is what you should gain. I gained with both of my kids about 70 pounds each. I started off roughly about 125, and by the time I was walking to the hospital, I was probably like 172 or something like that. And that was for each pregnancy, and I wasn't doing anything different. I wasn't like shoving French fries and all kinds of crazy stuff in my mouth. That was just what my body gained naturally throughout the pregnancy. It is a bit scary at first when you get pregnant and you start going and doing your check-ins, because the weight is just like skyrocketing on a scale, and no one ever really wants to see that. But like I said, it's just really a number. There are people out there who lose weight during pregnancy, and it depends on your body type. It depends on a lot. So I don't think there's a recommended weight that I would throw out there to say, oh, you should only gain 13 pounds or something ridiculous. Because a lot of it, like the first 20 or 30 pounds basically falls off within the first couple of weeks of after giving birth, because of the water weight, the baby weight, and everything else that comes out of you during pregnancy. How many calories does breastfeeding burn? So I think they say about, you should only be consuming 300 to 500 extra calories a day if you're breastfeeding. So there's nothing crazy about, don't be like, it's not an extra, you know, like 2 cheeseburgers or something like that. When did you start working out after pregnancy? So I started working out after pregnancy. My first pregnancy, I waited the 6 weeks, and I did very like low impact walking, stuff like that. My second pregnancy, I was a little bit more stubborn, and I started working out about 4 weeks, and I started running, I think in my opinion, a little bit too soon on that, just because of I was getting a lot of hip pain, and I know the reason why I was getting the hip pain, but that just lasted a longer time, and I think if I would have waited, you know, a little bit longer to start running, then I probably wouldn't have had that much pain until my hips, you know, went back to normal after having a baby. But yeah, I started working out about 4 weeks after having a baby. I think the doctors recommended is 6 weeks, so I would listen to the doctors on that one and not do what you want to do like I did. I think so. Those were like the most common ones that I got. So I hope that kind of helps you. If you have any more questions or you want to know more, just leave it in the comments below or DM me or however you want to do it to communicate, and I will try to answer them back. But like I said, pregnancy and fitness and everything like that, like they go well together. There is nothing to be afraid of really when you're pregnant and you want to continue working out. It's actually encouraged to do that. And I'm not talking to go out there and start training for Olympics or a marathon or something like that, but just like your normal daily routine when it comes to working out is usually pretty darn healthy, and they recommend doing that while you're pregnant. So like I said, I hope this is helpful. If there is anything else you guys kind of want me to talk on regarding pregnancy or breastfeed or anything like that, or getting back into shape afterwards, let me know. It takes a lot of people different times to get back into shape after pregnancy. So that's another question that I guess I could have answered, is how long did it take me to lose the baby weight? Both of my cases were a bit different. So the first baby that I had, I lost the baby weight within, I think, the 4 months. Second baby, it took me a little bit longer. Probably like, I don't know. I don't even know if I'm back to my pregnancy weight now, honestly. But that, like I said, that's a little bit different. My physical makeup of how I was prior to my first baby and my second baby are completely different. So I would say like my second baby, if I'm even at my weight, my starting weight, which I don't even know if I am, I'm probably like a pound or 2 pounds off of where I was. So, I mean, like, I guess I would say I've never lost my baby weight so far, and it's going on, what, 20 months, almost 2 years, kind of. So, like I said, it depends. But don't let that stop you. Okay, well, I will see you next time I upload. Have a good day.